Hello, cutie. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. I have a little bit of a tan now. As you all know, I was gone for the past week, so I know I haven't posted a video in a week. I'm not disappearing for a long period of time again. Like I told you guys when I came back to YouTube like a month and a half ago, I'm here to stay. I'm here to post consistently, but there's going to be moments where I go and enjoy my life, but I never forget you guys. And I think it's so cute. Like I think I say this like pretty consistently on my channel, how much I love you guys and how hilarious I think you are. I posted something in my community tab yesterday where I said, we need to have a chat. We need to have a chat. And like half the comments are like, hey daddy, or like big Papa Dylan. Like, I can't, you guys. Okay. Anyways, you're hilarious. I love you. I enjoy all the comments. I think they're great. I have my little espresso cup here. I was gonna say it's like tea, but it actually has espresso in it. It feels like it's a vibe. It feels like it's a moment. I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna take a sip before we get into this video because there were some comments I saw on my channel that I want to talk about, okay? And it's pretty obvious because I wrote it in the title. Stop ignoring what you're feeling. Before we get into that, I am going to be posting, probably a lot. I'm trying to get on and do at least like a 10-minute live stream a day, Monday through Friday. So if I don't hit every single day, I'm going to try. So we'll see. We'll see if I get all 5 days this week. But that's pretty much the only update that I wanted to say there. Okay, so again, I want to make this short and quick and to the point so that you can understand how to deal with these things in the moment as it's unfolding. So if this is your first time here on my channel, I'm sorry. This is going to be kind of like a video where I'm assuming you've watched quite a bit of my content. To give you a quick run through, your beliefs are creating. So what you believe and feel about yourself is creating the reality in which you live. If you want to change the relationships in your life and you want to materialize new outcomes, you need to really see what's been going on and how that is a reflection of your own belief system, right? So how are you actually valuing yourself? What do you actually believe about yourself? What do you actually believe about relationships, right? But another component that I try and make really clear on my channel is what you're feeling, right? So, if you want to fix a relationship or you want to take a relationship to the next level and you're like reinforcing your confidence and you're feeling good with yourself, like you're feeling better within your belief system, but then like this person keeps triggering you or this circumstance keeps triggering you, like, what are you supposed to do? Okay. And that's something that I've been seeing kind of in a few comments on my channel. Another comment that I saw on my channel too that I want to discuss in this video really quickly is like, how is changing myself and changing what I'm feeling going to change somebody else if they're telling me that they don't want to be with me, they never want to be with me again, they don't love me, they don't love me anymore. We're going to have the same talk, you guys. Like we're coming on here and having the same talk every day. And I get it because there's new people that are on my channel. Maybe you haven't seen some of my older videos, but to kind of tackle that a little bit too, it doesn't matter. People constantly change, you guys. Like, here's the thing. If you are so worried about how they're saying they don't like you and they don't want to be with you anymore and they don't love you anymore, if that seems like an impossible thing to you, like how am I going to change this? It can. Like, in order for it to change, you have to believe it can change. You have to stop feeling intimidated by it. You have to stop feeling like kind of like I don't know, backed into a corner and like it's just over for you. You just have to let go and move on. No, if your person loved you at one point and then all of a sudden now they don't love you, like it can go in the other direction again. Okay, all of a sudden don't love you. Like what? That's total BS too. You don't just like forget how you feel about somebody. So I'm jumping ahead though. Let's start with the feeling thing. Okay. So building your self-confidence, building the beliefs that you hold about yourself, doing things that help you feel confident within yourself, all amazing things that you should be doing, right? But also if you have like if a person is showing up and the previous pattern that you've established with them is still here and you're persisting through it, right? Well, there may be moments where that kind of knocks you out of the feeling state. So I've been seeing some comments where it's like, my person's not texting me back as much, or everything was going good and now they're not really talking to me. And, or like you guys, there's some circumstances that some of you guys are going through that, like, I can understand why your feeling state is getting knocked off by it. The biggest thing that I want to say here with this message, though, when it comes to how you're feeling and being able to get what it is that you want, is I kind of like imagine it like a like a like a meter. So you have like the red, the yellow, the green. Okay. And your feeling state when you are feeling good, when you don't really care what's going on, when you can just know, like, oh, everything is good. I'm totally getting what I want. I really don't give a fuck about what's going on here. Like, I feel very confident in knowing that like everything is going to be good for me. I don't even need to sweat it. I don't even really need to think about it. I'm going to go have an amazing day. When you're in that feeling space, that is like green zone. Like, we're doing great. Like, you're going to see things really coming in and materializing in the way that you desire, because you're not energetic. I don't know. I don't even want to say energetically. There's just a huge correlation between your belief system and what you're feeling and what you're dominantly entertaining and what's showing up in your reality. So when you can get into that space where you're totally unbothered and you're not waiting for text messages, or you don't have this negative story going on in your mind, you're not intimidated by the things that are going on, and you can just know that you're going to get what you want. That is like the green zone. Okay. Now, some of you I see kind of over in like the yellow and the red zone, because yeah, like you have triggering things that are going on, right? I see some of the messages and I totally understand what people are, why they're writing the comments in the way that they're writing them and why they feel the way that they feel. But if you want something, okay, first thing you have to realize is there is going to be a level of persistence. I'm not saying that it has to be hard. Like, you just have to realize there is going to be a level of persistence that needs to go on with creating anything in your life, right? And so if every single time a challenge pops up, or every single time, like, I don't know, your person gets a little bit busy, or if you haven't fully materialized that commitment yet, you find yourself getting jealous or anxious or worried, you have to really realize, like, what's the approach here that's going to get me what it is that I want. The approach is, I don't care about I don't really care if you're talking to anybody. I'm not jealous. I'm not insecure. I'm not worried about this. I know what direction this is going in. Even if you're not texting me right now, I'm not even like barely noticing it. I know where this is going. Okay. So when you're in that kind of yellow and red zone, it's evident because I see like quite a few people that will write the same comments over and over and over again. My person is doing this, they're doing that. How do I change it? Why are they doing this? I feel really bad about it. Okay. I would not suggest when you are in that space to like really persist in your end. Okay. I would take a whole step back and realize, oh, I feel like crap. What this person is doing right now does not feel good to me. I don't like the situation. It's not making me feel good to focus on this. And how they're showing up right now, I really do not like. And on top of that, I'm creating negative stories. So I'm seeing things that are showing up that I don't like, and I'm noticing that my mind is spinning out on doubts, fears, insecurities. I'm feeling threatened. I'm feeling jealous, whatever. That's like the yellow and the red zone, right? When you are in that space, what I suggest you do is you drop it completely, because you need to realize that when it comes to really sustainably getting what it is that you want, you're going to be feeling like living in the end means I feel really confident, I feel really good, I already feel happy, whole, and complete. Love is something within me. I'm already good. Like, I feel whole, like I'm not anxiously hyper focused on what's going on out here. I feel good within myself and I know what's going to occur. And so if these things keep popping up that are knocking you out of that kind of aligned feeling, okay, then take the focus off of it. Take the focus off of it. Literally stop caring, stop focusing on it, stop waiting for text messages, stop being bothered by it. Literally stop noticing it, stop caring. Okay? Because you need to feel better within yourself first. You need to get back to that space within yourself where you can have fun, where you can feel confident with your life, where you can go out and you're not being plagued by what this person could be doing and who they could be talking to, or like where they are in the world and what's going on. You need to drop that completely. Okay. And you need to really be honest about that, because there's some people that are trying to apply this and they're saying, oh, yeah, I think I'm feeling better. Okay. I'm going to persist in my end. But you are still very, very clearly bothered by the things that are unfolding and what's going on in your relationship and with your person. Okay. And rightfully so. Some of the things that you guys are dealing with, like, I could see myself, if I didn't know mindset work and like kind of have trained myself the way that I have and augmented my belief system, I would be bothered by it too. But to really get what it is that you want, it is that confidence, it's that knowing, it's that calmness, it's that really that unbothered. And it's a very lighthearted, easy place to be in. I made another community tab post today where I was talking about the feeling state. Like, it should be like your relationship is here for fun, right? When your relationship is going well, when everything is unfolding, even at the beginning, I use an example for people in the formative stages of their relationships. Normally, you're not super attached to the person. You're not really thinking about them all the time. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's great that they're in your life, but like, you're not worried about them. You're not waiting for text messages. And even if they're not like fully showing up the way that you desire, you feel good within yourself. You're still able to have a good day and not really worry about them. And it's when you're in that space, all of a sudden, they start like blowing up your phone and wanting to see you more and get more interested in you because, well, you're not worried about it. You're already living in that end state feeling. Like you're not there in your awareness where like you're seeing problems or you're bothered by how they're showing up. So it doesn't become a problem. Okay. And that's where you could see somebody that normally doesn't want commitment is going to all of a sudden start chasing you and pursuing you. It's just when you give into, like, I don't know, you form that negative attachment and you're waiting for text messages and you're hyper focused and then all these stories are spinning in your mind. That is the yellow and the red zone. Okay. So if you are there, okay, if you're there, realize you're there, be honest that you're there. It's okay if you're there. Just me personally, if I were you, I probably wouldn't try and step in and start persisting like, oh yeah, they're totally into me, like everything is good here. I would realize, oh, I'm really bothered right now. I really don't like what's going on here. It really doesn't make me feel good to think about this person, what they're doing. I don't like, it's not feeling good to me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to remember who I was before all of this occurred. I'm going to go back to being that confident, loving, happy version of myself before all of this showed up. And I'm going to just decide to be that version of me. And once you are solid in that space, okay, you go back to the green zone. Okay. I don't know why I'm saying this, but like this is literally how my mind thinks. Like when my feeling state is off, I'm like, oh, okay, you're kind of going in the yellow zone. Okay, you're in the red zone. Like we got to like step in and do some things right now to shift ourselves. Right. So when you're back in that space where you're like, okay, I don't really care what they're doing. I'm feeling good with myself. That is where I would come in and start kind of persisting in a light way. Now, let's talk about the second thing I wanted to talk about, which is how is this going to change my person? Well, okay, there's a few ways that I could go at this. Okay. And the one thing that I want to say is we genuinely are all connected. You actually can materialize things in your reality based on what you are believing and what you're feeling and what you're dominantly entertaining in your mind. I don't like, here's the thing with that though. Don't get like paranoid about it and like meticulously watching every single thought that you have. Okay. So even if your person is not near you, even if they told you they don't love you, even if they told you that they never want to talk to you again, here, I want you to rationally think about this. If you actually want to change this, okay, if this is something that you really want to pull off and you want to create in your life, the more bothered you are about what they're saying, what they're doing, what they have said, what they told you is not possible, the more you're bothered by it and the more that that feels real to you. How is being bothered by it and seeing this as a problem that you cannot overcome, how is that going to get you what you want? So there has to be a part of you that realizes, like, oh, actually, things are constantly changing. I'm literally a badass. I can actually be really confident. I'm not bothered by this. And I understand, logically, I understand that if I really want to pull this off, then I'm going to have to stop being bothered by that. And I'm going to need to reinforce my confidence, my knowing that I can achieve anything that I desire, including the relationship that I desire with the person that I desire. I'm totally able to fix a relationship. I'm totally able to regrow a relationship. I'm totally able to build an even stronger bond. I'm not seeing this as a problem because I know within myself that I can achieve it. Okay. I'm going to reinforce my confidence because that is the version of me that's going to be able to create the result that I desire. If I'm feeling intimidated and defeated and anxious and worried and like I want to beg for somebody back and I'm so internally bothered by how they told me they don't love me anymore, then when they show up and I'm still in that place, guess how I'm going to be interacting with them? Guess what I'm going to be continuing to recreate? Do you love me? Do you want to be with me? Did you actually mean it when you said you didn't love me? You're going to keep recreating that stuff. Drop it. Decide, you know what? No, I actually can't fix this. It doesn't really matter what they say. People constantly change. I can get exactly what I want. And the version of me that can get exactly what I want would have really good, strong beliefs about themselves, would feel confident with their ability to fix a relationship, would not be intimidated by challenges, would go and have an amazing day, and would reinforce this knowing. Okay. And this is not weird. It's actually not crazy to do this, you guys. Okay. So, like, if you apply a technique let's say you build your beliefs up, you decide to stop caring and feeling intimidated by what they're saying, what they're doing. It doesn't matter either. Like you have to assume the belief system that like you can't, like there's nothing to be jealous of. There's nothing to be worried about. Like there's nobody else like me. Okay. Like I don't care what you're doing. And I'm not saying that in like a rude way, but like you go do what you want to do. Like I genuinely know that like what we have is real and we have an amazing, beautiful relationship and I'm not threatened. And maybe there's a little bit of space that's going on right now, but this is going to turn around really quick. And the fastest way I'm going to be able to turn it around is if I can remember who I am, if I can be that confident version of myself and I can reinforce that in a knowing way. So let's talk about the techniques though, because some people feel like the techniques are crazy. Like, oh, I'm affirming that my person loves me and they want to be with me. Okay, so that's the problem there. You feel crazy affirming in that your person loves you and want to be with you. Don't you think that's a problem? Like, shouldn't that be a natural thought that you have? Shouldn't it be a natural thought that your person loves you and wants to be with you? So if you are having resistance to affirming in the thought and idea that my person loves me and wants to be with me, why do you think that's a problem? And how is that a reflection of everything that's unfolded now? Because you should know that they love you and want to be with you. So there has to be a part of you that feels like they don't. And that's probably why they're not with you right now, because there was a part of you that was doubting it, that felt insecure, that didn't think this person actually was interested in you and liked you or wanted to be with you. And now you're trying to address it and you're saying it feels crazy. No, you actually need to be able to think, my person totally loves me and wants to be with me. And that shouldn't be a big deal or a problem to affirm into your mind. So that's where you have to like really see, what do I need to work on in my self-concept? Why do I have a hard time trusting? Why do I think relationships are hard? Like what are my general beliefs about relationships? Okay. If you've been on my channel before, you know I rant about self-concept all day long. I'm not going to talk about it in this video. The whole point to techniques though is, even if you look, okay, I'm going to reference a book now, the book Psycho-Cybernetics. It's actually used by a lot of athletes in order to, like, really what you're doing when you are changing your beliefs and you are putting a statement or a visual or like a script or whatever into your mind, is to imprint it into your mind, imprint it into your awareness. Okay. If you can think in terms of ends, then the behaviors and the unfolding, the how, will take care of itself. This mind is really, really brilliant. This body is really brilliant. The energy, whatever consciousness that you exist at, is connected to everything. So it will unfold in a way. Okay. It's not weird or bad to affirm in and end. Okay. But if you are like in a really low, crappy feeling space and your self concept is really not that aligned, and I'm not saying, you guys, when I say to work on your self concept, I'm not saying that you're a mess and you need to clean yourself up. I'm just being really honest. Like if you're writing like comments all over the internet and you're super stressed out about your circumstances and you can't stop thinking about it, like you need to see, like, wait, am I valuing myself? Do I really know my worth if I'm this? Like, do I like, I don't know. Okay, how can I say this? Like, yes, it's really important to, your person is very, very important, right? And so when you're going through a hard time in your relationship, that sucks. But like, you should also have a level of awareness within yourself to be like, you know what? I'm still good within myself. Like, I still know who I am. I can still feel good within myself. I know that I'm going to be able to turn this around. And I feel very stable and secure and being able to create the results that I desire in my reality. So when you're posting comments all over the place and you're like spiraling out and you're triggered, like, you know, rightfully so, it just makes me want to be like, hey, okay, maybe you should work on your self-concept so that you can feel confident within yourself, whether or not your person is here, because you deserve that level of confidence and happiness within yourself. Okay, now I'm going off on a whole bunch of tangents. Let me get to the point of the techniques now. Even in the book Psycho-Cybernetics, which I said is used by a lot of athletes, you need to think in terms of ends. Okay, so I do suggest, you know, if your end is like super, super far away, so let's like say you're in no contact with somebody and you want to fix the relationship, yeah, it might be a little bit difficult to like affirm in, I'm in a relationship with this person right now, because like you're not in contact with the person. So I could see how that would feel like, what the hell am I affirming right now? Like they're not even talking to me. Well, then break it down into something that feels a little bit more believable. They miss me. They actually do care about me. They are thinking about me. They're reaching out to me. Okay. Put it in terms of ends and it shouldn't feel exhausting. So if you're sitting here, again, like I say, do not be affirming all day long, you guys. Don't do that to yourself. Build your self concept up, build your feeling state up. And then when it feels good, when you think about your person, pick a few statements. And when you think about them, that's what you affirm in. And then as you're falling asleep at nighttime, affirm that in. And if you want to do some breath work and throw on some binaural beats and affirm for 5 to 10 minutes, do that. It should not feel exhausting though. If it feels exhausting, it's because you're doing it all day long and you can't stop thinking about the person. And why are you doing that? Because your feeling state is fucked up and your self-concept is not fully aligned. So realize what's going on and take a step back, because by the time you are affirming in an end of what you want to experience, the ideal place, at least how it's really worked for me and what I see work for other people, is you're already feeling amazing within yourself. Your beliefs are already built up and you feel really, really good with yourself, which also relates to your feeling state is aligned. So you're able to just affirm something in and it's pleasant and you just know it's going to unfold, and you affirm it in when you want to affirm it in. And then, you go have a great day and you just expect that it's going to unfold and you don't worry about it. If you're not able to fully do that yet, then I would work just a little bit more on solely just focusing on yourself, feeling good within yourself, realizing love and happiness comes from you, that you have to be that loving, happy version of yourself. I don't want to say have to be. I really suggest that you be that loving, happy, confident, stable, sustainable version of yourself that feels good regardless of if your person is here or not. That's really what, in my opinion, you need to have a sustainable relationship as well too. Because if my happiness and my stability is dependent on somebody else, then if they ever do something that is like not desirable, then what? I'm just going to be spiraling out. No, you need to be able to create a level of self-worth, self-knowing within yourself to be able to handle challenges and still feel good within yourself, regardless of what's showing up. Don't place that in another person. Place that in yourself. If it's placed within yourself, then it's always within your reach, which means if you're not feeling good, you can change it. But if it's dependent on somebody else, then guess what you're going to be doing? Chasing, waiting, looking, searching, desperate, holding on to, clinging to, which all of that feeling state right there and those stories really perpetuate the undesirable things. So just be aware of your feeling state. That's all I wanted to say. Stop lying to yourself about what you're feeling. Stop lying to yourself about what you're feeling. I've struggled with this before. Okay. So this is why I'm saying this. I'm telling you right now. Okay. If you do not feel good, if you are able to affirm something in and then 10 minutes later, you're feeling like an anxious mess and you're worried about your person, you should really focus more just on your self concept right now. Because if you're like, by the time you are really consistently persisting, you should be able to affirm something or like do whatever you want to do, scripting, visualizing, whatever you want to do. And like, you're not worried about it anymore. You just do it as an enjoyment thing. And then you like come out of it and go enjoy your day and you trust that it's going to unfold. And that should be a consistent thing. So if you're not there yet, what I would do is realize you're not there yet and decide to prioritize yourself and love yourself and do things that make you feel good until you can do that. Okay. All right. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for the thumbs up. And that's it. Yeah. Bye.